Well, hello and welcome to spring. Spring 2026 is finally here. My name is Debbie. This is the Mind, Body, Soul Evolution, and for our Earth signs. For Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising, this is your reading for the spring of 2026. So, yeah, it's been a year. It feels like it's been a long winter. We are ending Mercury retrograde on the 20th. We go into the spring equinox at the same time. We are under the influence of the new moon in Pisces from the 18th of March. And we're entering into Aries season. So if that's not a lot of energy happening at one time. So keep in mind, and this is for everyone, that just before a breakthrough, there is pressure. So if you're feeling some intensity, just breathe. There's really nothing you need to do. Breathe through it and just know you're on the edge of going into something fabulous and new. So our earth signs, you are navigating big transitions, right? You're closing an 8-year chapter in your of Uranus in Taurus, which ends on April 25th. And this is going to be a little uncomfortable for our earth signs because you're going to be asked to embrace faster, more innovative, and communicative energy. Yes, not so much aligned with the earth signs though, so you're going to be very uncomfortable. Taurus, as Uranus prepares to leave your sign permanently at the end of April, you're being asked to break free from your comfort zones and embrace a more aligned life. And comfort is one of those things where we want to be comfortable, but if we stay in that comfort zone too long, there's no growth. And like I just said, there's always pressure before a breakthrough. So if you're feeling pressure and you're resisting that, know that you're on the edge of something really great and new for yourself. So this is a time for you to, again, break free from your comfort zones and embrace alignment. Your challenge, Taurus, is to stop resisting changes to your daily routine. So maybe some Tower moments. We'll see if the Tower card comes up for you today. And Virgo, you may start to feel overwhelmed and a bit chaotic. This spring is requiring you to stop forcing perfection. Like you don't have to do it all yourself, and ask for help. You are getting a reset, asking you to adapt to a less structured reality, which is really hard for our Virgo friends. You can do it, Virgo. You're a mutable sign. I have faith in you. And then we go to Capricorn. So you may be, Capricorn, rethinking your approach to work and authority. Right now, our Capricorns, they are the royalty of the zodiac signs. I say this all the time. But while you may encounter professional delays or conflicts regarding your status, you are being encouraged to stop over-functioning and find new and more effective ways to operate. So work smarter and not harder. Okay, Taurus, let's get right into your reading. I have the Moonology deck, the Moon deck, 2 tarot decks, and Keepers of the Light Oracle. So Taurus, what does the spring of 2026 hold for our Taurian friends? Our first earth sign, so the foundation, right? The foundation of us all. After Aries comes in and blazes a path forward, then Taurus comes in and starts laying foundations, like the first settlers, right? I will pull a couple cards from these first 2 decks, the Moon deck and the Moonology deck, and then we'll look at those. And then we'll pull your tarot, and we'll see what this spring holds. So I am very much looking forward to spring. I felt like in the northern part of the United States, Mother Nature just had a temper tantrum, and it was snow after snow after snow. And as much as we need that, it's always good to see life blossoming for sure. So what does the cards hold for our Taurus friends? And you have one card face up, and it says, I trust the mystery of life. Okay, so this is about leaving your comfort zone, Taurus, right? We just talked about that. Leaving your comfort zone, trusting the mystery of life, which is a little hard for Taurus. The second card is, I am the weaver of my reality. You have, the first card is full moon in Aries. Cool your emotions and release your blocks. First quarter moon in Scorpio. So I trust the mystery of life. That's your intuition, right? The crows in here, it's card number 28, represent your intuition, your inner knowing, your moon phase, your moon sign. Card number 42, I am the weaver of my reality. So getting out of your comfort zone, trusting, and getting out of your comfort zone might help you to release some blocks that have been in the way, especially as our first earth sign. You're the foundation, right? You feel like you have a lot of responsibility on your shoulders. And I love there's a person here doing Vrksasana, tree pose, and yoga. That's what this is, tree pose. First quarter moon in Scorpio, again, release your blocks. And releasing your blocks may be you getting out of your comfort zone a little bit and cool your emotions. Like I said, there's always pressure before a breakthrough. And when you're moving into something completely different, like getting out of your comfort zone, yeah, your emotions may rise to the surface. They may get a little heated and a little intense, right, as we move into Aries. But that's okay, Taurus, you've got this. Let's pull your tarot cards, and we'll see what they hold for our lovely Taurus friends. As they're breaking free, learning to trust the mysteries anyway of life, creating a new reality outside of their comfort zone, and leaning into their emotions. And why are they rising? Okay. Cards just popping out all over the place. All of the cards are face down for you, Taurus, so far. Maybe that's the mystery. Trusting into the mystery. On the root of the deck, Taurus, you have Page of Swords. A new perspective, right? And it says, getting out of your comfort zone, changing your perspective, trusting in the mystery, trusting in the unknown, the unseen. So let's see what these tarot cards hold for you. And this is the Rider-Waite. And then this is the Light Seers deck as well. You have the Hermit in a reflection. 7 of Pentacles, right? Do you keep going? 7 of Cups. What is the dream? 5 of Wands. Ace of Wands. The Magician. I pulled the Magician for myself yesterday. The Tower. And I said earlier, I wonder if the Tower is going to show up. And here it is. Knight of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles. So it's not surprising that you have some pretty big pentacles towards the end of your reading and a middle pentacle in the beginning of your reading. You are an earth sign, so your philosophy is structure, support, comfort, right? Making sure everything is met. So inner reflection. The Hermit. This is... The Star card is not here, but the Star card comes after the Tower. And the Tower can represent a sudden disruption or a sudden change that's unexpected. Sometimes this can be change that we affect ourselves, but generally it is not. And for you, I don't think it is. But the Star card comes after the Tower. The Star card is about hope and renewal. And the Hermit, he carries the star in his lantern that's his inner light, and much as the star is your inner light, to guide him forward after he's been reflecting. And the reflection is, the work that I'm doing, is it leading me towards my dreams? Is what I'm doing now leading me to the life that is aligned with who I am meant to be in this world, for my soul's calling, for what feels good and right? Or is it keeping me safe? Now, there's nothing wrong with being safe. And that's we all strive for safety and comfort and stability. But that can be very defining if it holds you back from your dreams. So the work you're doing, Taurus, the question is it leading you towards your dreams? And you have 7 cups, and some have like the laurel wreath, a home, jewels, the unknown, which is this is a spiritual element. Like, what do you believe in? And are you following this path that is within you, that you know to be true for yourself? Or are you following the path that has been given to you? It's a big question. We have the 5 of Wands, right? This conflict. And I'm not surprised this is coming up because you're breaking free, right? You're getting out of your comfort zone. And there's a really deep conflict here about staying safe and staying in what you know and going into the unknown. But you have your first card out, was trusting the mystery of life, leaning into the unknown, allowing yourself to weave your reality and not necessarily take on the reality that has been expected of you or been placed on you, or that just as the world turns, right? But here's the thing. Ace of Wands, you're getting a whole fresh perspective. This is almost like an energetic shift in you. And you're realizing, again, the magician, an alchemist, weaving his reality. Reminds you, you have everything you need to create the life that is within you, that you know is yours. Using the elements that you have within you to help you. You're an earth sign, but the other elements, air, fire, and water, are just as important to help you move forward and to create. Again, you're weaving your reality. These cards all line up for you. Tower. This is when you finally decide that's it. It's too hard to stay stuck. And once you decide and you realize it is too hard to stay or to play it safe, things start to move. You start to realize that there's a new reality you want to create for yourself. And in doing so, that reality is full of more abundance. Whatever abundance means to you, Taurus, than you could ever have imagined. Again, on the root of the deck is the Page of Swords. You're changing your perspective on things. It's hard, though. You're going to have internal conflicts about this. Let's pull a couple more cards. And let's qualify the Seven of Cups. Let's just get a little more information about the Seven of Cups. The dreams versus the nightmare. All right? Playing it safe feels really good. But that doesn't necessarily bring you to your dreams. Temperance, Sagittarius. Again, the Alchemist, another alchemist. The Emperor. This is your card. This is you. Breaking away from keeping yourself small, moving to your highest level, because you've decided, again, the Alchemist, right? Temperance. Archangel Gabriel. Leaning into that inner knowing. At the very beginning, I said this spiritual reflection. Are you moving in to your belief system based on what you know to be true inside of your soul, or are you staying with what you've been taught? You're breaking free. And it could be a small breakthrough in that aspect. But there's a lot of spiritual guidance guiding you. You're creating a new reality, right? You're starting to release the blocks, right? The Tower. Releasing is all about releasing your blocks. And this release is going to come, Taurus, when you sit there and say to yourself, it's too hard to stay small. The pressure will build up so bad that you have no choice to break through. Right? Own your place. Own your reality. That's what you're being asked to do. Own your alignment. Let's move into the Tower. Okay, let's just go right for the Tower, because why not? Can we qualify or clarify the Tower card for Taurus, please? But I think you know. And when we pull these cards and when we get the map laid out for us, then it starts to make a little more sense. Then we have a little less fear and a little more confidence, knowing that we're being guided in the direction we need to go. Yeah, Ten of Swords, right? This is a breakthrough moment. You're coming to the end of small, let me pull another card. Not necessarily small thinking, death and rebirth. Major transformation. You're breaking free from the old patterns that have held you back for too long. Swords are your thoughts. Ten of Swords is like you're done. You're done with all the chatter for all the things you believed that have kept you from being your own emperor, from taking your place, from creating the reality that you want, that you were born to take. Death, rebirth requires death. It requires shedding and leaving go of the past to move forward, letting go of that comfort zone to put you into that place where you need to go. Comfort, stability, inner strength. Taurus, you're starting everyone off. All the earth signs are starting off very, very strongly. Let's go into your oracle. Keepers of the Light oracle. And we'll see what Keeper of the Light is guiding you through this major shift and change. This is great, Taurus. I love this. And I know people will tell me, well, it's easy for you, for like, you're the one reading the cards. I go through this myself as well. And I have to interpret these cards, and I have to understand that when I'm going through pressure, I don't always know where it's taking me to, but I have to trust, right? I am not immune to the elements or the effects. I just can understand them, the same as other readers understand them. But I'm not immune to it. And I don't get a free pass because I read cards, right? Commander Ashtar, call to action. Take charge. Lead by example. Walk your talk. If this is not about pure alignment with yourself, Taurus, I don't know what is. This is it. Walk your talk. Take action. Take charge. Lead by example. Taurus, happy spring equinox. That is your reading. If you have questions, if you would like a deeper dive in your personal situation, you can always reach out. Let me put these cards back together. And we will move on to hello, Virgo. Let me put all this together first before we get too excited here. Okay, Virgo, how are you? Happy spring. Let's see what the cards hold for our Virgo friends, okay? So again, you might feel a little overwhelmed and chaotic at this time, but that's okay, right? Ask for help. Remember, ask for help. Don't force perfection. Maybe let the list get a little sloppy. Maybe let the list be a little unfinished. Yeah, I know. I get it. I hear you. But it's always progress over perfection anyway. And here's the thing about perfection. There really is no such thing because the line of perfection constantly changes. I mean, it does. Whatever the fastest runner is now in the world, like 4 minutes and something, and that's considered perfection. But before that, it was like 5-6 minutes, and that was considered perfection. So once you hit what you consider perfection, that line will then move again. So we're kind of chasing a ghost in perfection. I just kind of look at perfection that way, right? Like we're not chasing ghosts, right? Maybe good enough is good enough. And I know Virgos are going, no, but that's not true. I have a plan. I have a plan. That's okay, Virgo. We love you. We love you. We love your plans. We love your organization. And it's okay, Virgo, just to exhale. Just exhale. Okay, so your cards are I forgive and let go with loving ease. I have to cover this up because, they get a little upset. She's got a crescent moon on her top of her shoulder. I forgive and let go with loving ease. Card number 15. If 15 means anything to you. Just look at just the colors in that are so calming. And you have card number 18. I allow stillness to heal and reveal. And again, I need to cover her up too. Oh my goodness. I allow stillness to heal and reveal. And again, this could be about that perfectionism, right? And then you have full moon in Leo. Go wild. If that is not a contrary. And the full moon in Aries. Again, cool your emotions, right? Well, this is a contradiction. And this is probably how you're going to be feeling, right? Go wild. Cool your jets. Be still. Let go. Okay, Virgo, let's see what this holds for you. So you have Leo, which is, the sign after you. The sign before you, rather. So, yeah, you have some contradictions here. So, again, I said you're going to be feeling chaotic and overwhelmed. And of course you are, because your energy is going to be everywhere until you decide to surrender and stop forcing something and let people come in and help. Even, magician comes out again, even if they're not doing it the way you would do it. Maybe that's okay. Maybe that's okay. So your first card out is the Magician. We just had that, right, with Taurus. Strength. Again, Leo. 2 Leo cards here for you. Strength. That's inner wisdom, like exhaling. I feel like this is for our earth signs. This is going to be a reading to learn to exhale, right? I allow stillness to heal. I forgive and let go with loving ease. Letting go is like a nice big exhale. When I start my yoga classes, the majority of the time, I just ask everyone to give a big exhale. Just press it out. Right? Make space for the next inhale. Which once you clear out all the old stuff, the inhale comes a little easier. Okay. So you have the Magician and the Strength card, 2 major arcanas. And that are the ones that came out face up. So major arcanas are... It's the journey of the soul, right? It is the journey through life. These are like the lessons that we all learn. On the root of the deck, Virgo, you have 5 of Swords. Letting go, like leaving the past behind. Let's see where this takes us, though. You have the Magician, Knight of Cups, the Hanged Man, 3 major arcanas, Strength, 10 of Cups. Beautiful, right? 7 of Wands. Oh, 7 of Pentacles again. 7, you have 3 sevens. If I were a betting person, I would say go to the casino. Go to the casino. So you have, let's see what the last card is. 10 of Pentacles. So let me just get into these sevens. You have the 7 of Wands, right? 7 of Pentacles, 7 of Cups. We don't have the 7 of Swords. But just because that 7 isn't here, it does not mean the energy of it isn't here. There's a lot of 7 energy here. Let me see. Do I have, yes. Let me just give you the numerology of the number 7. You're on the right path, and the outcome will exceed your expectations. Number 7 is a sign that divine magic is supporting you and opening doors of opportunity. So, there it is. For those doors of opportunity to open, we kind of have to change the way we're doing things, especially if we're expecting perfectionism. If we're not letting help in, then we are closing the door to opportunity. Because the door of opportunity comes in many different ways. Sometimes it comes in letting somebody help you out, or asking for advice for something that you think like, oh, I should know this. I should know how to do this. I mean, even me, I read cards all the time. Sometimes I still need an outside perspective to read cards for me because I'm in my life. I need someone else to interpret that. So, again, letting go. The Magician, the Knight of Cups, strong beginning to your reading. Knowing your strength, knowing your ability. This is maybe your go wild. Full moon in Leo, go wild. Go wild in your strength, using all of your talents and skills to create what it is you're trying to create, whatever it is you want to create. Knight of Cups. I consider this knight, although other readers don't, the most romantic knight. He's confident in his feelings. This is, having confidence in your feelings. Not moving too quickly, but definitely guiding, going along your intuitive path, like going for what it is that you want and not letting anything get in your way. What that is clarity. The Hanged Man, getting a change of perspective. Again, that overwhelm, that bit of chaos where if you are not used to asking for guidance or for a different way to do something, right? Getting clarity here. Again, stillness to heal and reveal. This is a card of stillness. So, of course, I'm going to mention meditation. Meditation does not have to be this big ritualistic thing. It can be setting your timer every day, 3 times a day, and taking 5 slow, deep breaths. And that's it. Let's not overwhelm ourselves by thinking we have to light candles and have our crystals and have a quiet room. Just close your eyes. 5 slow breaths, 3 times a day. That in and of itself can change your whole perspective without making it feel chaotic. So finding ways, Virgo, to shift and move away from the chaos into the calm without it being, does not have to be a whole big plan or a whole big production. Strength, right? Strength, 10 of Cups, 7 of Cups. For some of our Virgo friends, I'm wondering if this is allowing yourself to be loved for who you are. Allowing yourself to be seen and loved, or allowing fulfillment to come in. You have strength, Leo energy. This is that internal strength, right? Strength is not this big bravado masculine thing. It is the feminine energy of intuition and calmness. That is actually your strength. Strength to allow your dreams to be fulfilled. These are your dreams. Some dreams, some nightmares. This is the culmination of those dreams. It is emotional fulfillment. It is the happy home. And again, for some of our Virgo friends, I kind of get the feeling, and this is not what the cards are saying, this is my interpretation or my intuitive whatever source is saying, that it is safe to be loved. It is safe to let love in. It is safe to dream right? To dream beyond what you can see. To dream beyond what you ever thought was possible for yourself. You've been resisting for a while. And sometimes you've been wondering, like, is this even mine? Is this even for me? But here's the thing, 10 of Pentacles, 2 tens. 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups. These are balancing energies. Earth and water are balancing energies. There is fulfillment coming your way in every way there is possible. Emotional fulfillment. Happy home. Prosperity, comfort. Both of these cards are happy home cards. Allow yourself to receive this in. Let's pull in some more cards because you have a lot happening here. So let's get some more. Why not? Let's pull some more. Put these where they belong. Virgo, maybe that's where the overwhelm is coming from. This emotional overwhelm. Feeling of being emotionally overwhelmed because like big things are coming for you, beautiful things, probably beyond your dreams. So Page of Cups, again, this is love, this is intuition. You have the Knight of Cups, you have the Page of Cups. So let's clarify the Knight of Cups. Let's get some more energy on, or information on the Knight. Not 9, Knight of Cups. If I could speak. Mercury is still retrograde as of this recording. Ten of Cups again. 10 of Cups, 10 of Cups. Let love in. Emotional fulfillment, happiness, stability, a happy home, joy, prosperity, they are all yours, Virgo. They're waiting for you to receive them. And receiving them does not require a plan. It does not require perfection. Ace of Swords, changing your perspective. Again, the Hanged Man, changing your perspective. Leaning into your higher chakras, changing your perspective. Letting yourself to learn things in a different way. Or changing your ideas of how things should be for you or how they can be for you. Going a little deeper. This is beautiful. Let's clarify the Seven of... let's clarify the Seven of Wands and what came out the last 7, the Seven of Swords. Let's pull a couple more cards. The Seven of Swords and the traditional Rider-Waite can be depicted or felt as being deceptive. It looks like somebody's stealing swords from an army barracks or from buildings. But it's also about taking back what's yours. Like you taking back what has been taken from you. You're gaining clarity. And now you're starting to own your beliefs. The Star, right? The Star comes after the Tower. Taurus had the Tower. The Star is hope. This is faith. This is that guiding light above. And let's qualify the 7. You have all 4 sevens now. That rarely happens. So lean into all those. Qualify the 7 of Pentacles. Right? Is it worth it? Are you worth it to keep going? Yes. Duality. Opposites coming together. Wholeness. Completion. There's a lot of love in these cards for you, Virgo. The root of this deck, Knight of Cups. Really? Knight of Cups twice. When these cards come out doubly, that means that's where your message lies. in this Knight of Cups, he's got the roses. He's got the white horse. The white horse. So that means pure intentions. And here, there are grapes, and then in the basket here, there's a love note. This is all about love. Letting love in, loving yourself. Going wild in love. Maybe that's your message for, go wild. Go wild in love. Leo is heart-centered. They lead with their hearts. You have 2 Leo cards, strength and, go wild. Go wild into your emotions. Maybe your discomfort or chaos is getting out of your comfort zone, just as Taurus has been asked to do. Let's get your final card, Virgo. And maybe the forgiveness in this card here. I forgive and let go with loving ease is forgiving yourself for not allowing yourself to be fully loved, to fully receive. Maybe that's a self-forgiveness. And maybe that self-forgiveness is about cooling your emotions and not getting upset with yourself, but knowing that we only do what we can based on the information and the experiences we've been through. You're going through a growing phase. That's all changing. And once forgiveness happens, and that just means, okay, I mean, you wouldn't, yell at a 6-year-old for not knowing, how to do algebra or geometry, right? They don't know. They haven't had that education. And education sometimes comes from making mistakes. So forgive yourself, and things will start to blossom. And your card here, Bridget, inner strength. Really. Move back to wholeness. Recognize that you have the power. Inner strength, you have the strength card here. And you have Leo. You have all this Leo energy. If you have Leo friends, Virgo, reach out to them. Bridget, inner strength. Again, move back to wholeness. And again, I forgive and let go with loving ease. And I allow stillness to heal and reveal. I mean, all this is about healing, forgiving yourself, loving yourself, finding that inner strength, and letting love in. Wow, Virgo. I love this. And I say this all the time because it is true. It is true. I would not do this if I did not enjoy it. I would not do this if I didn't love it. I can feel the energy of these cards as I'm pulling them for people, whether it's, in this space or if it's, private readings. It's like when you can feel what you're doing, it feels so good. So, Virgo, that is for you for the spring of 2026. I'm so excited for you. If you have any questions, always, right? If you have anything happening in your life you want clarification on, feel free. My information should be in the description box below. And we will now move on to hello Capricorn. How is Capricorn today? Happy spring, Capricorn. Let's see our royal earth sign. What does this reading hold for you for the spring? What does the spring hold for our Capricorn friends? Spring 2026 with all the shifting energies. It's a good thing you guys are all earth signs because you'll need that grounded foundation as things start to move forward, right? So again, Capricorn, rethinking your approach to working smarter and not harder, or making time to take breaks, taking time to take a step back. And again, that's the moon deck, and this is the Moonology deck. If you are wondering what decks I am using, I should put them probably in the description. It would help. If you want to get the decks on your own, they're available probably on Amazon, right? So what does the Moonology deck hold for our Capricorn friends? Okay, Capricorn. You have the same card. Card number 15. I release and I forgive and let go with loving ease. Same as Virgo. So that message is continuing through our earth signs. So maybe forgiving yourself for working so hard that maybe you didn't give focus and attention to yourself. And your next card is card number 21. Love and intimacy flow into my life effortlessly. Time for self-care. And it looks like the celestial is like there's arms wrapping around her and she's just kind of giving herself some self-care. Or maybe she wasn't doing that before. Last quarter moon in Gemini, clear your mind. And here we go. Same card again. Full moon in Aries, cool your emotions. And we saw we shuffled these cards. Sometimes, the same elements get the same cards because you're on the same linear plane. Right? You're all part of the same element. So, love and intimacy. And again, looks like she's getting a spiritual hug. That's great. Self-care, loving yourself, taking care of you. And let's see what these cards hold. What does the tarot hold for our Capricorn friends in this season of spring? Like I said, I'm so happy spring is coming. I say that now, right? Nine of Cups, card face up. 4 cards face down. Let's see. I always like the cards to King of Cups. Yeah, I always like the cards to try to make their way. Okay, Capricorn on the root of the deck. 10 of Cups. Virgo. Virgo just had this, right? 10 of Cups. So let's see. We have 2 of Swords, Justice, Libra energy, harmony, balance. 9 of Pentacles. Boy, man, our earth signs are coming out with the Pentacles. 9 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups, Ace of Cups, King of Cups, 3 of Wands, Knight of Cups, the High Priestess. Oh my goodness. 10 of Cups on the root of the deck. So you have 2 nines, 9 of Pentacles, 9 of Cups. Again, 9s are balancing energies. They are, Cups and Pentacles are balancing energies. Earth and water are on opposite sides of the zodiacal wheel. So let's go into this. 2 of Swords, Justice, 9 of Pentacles. Okay, so Capricorn, like you are just going to the top. The High Priestess. A lot of intuition, a lot of heart-centered forward motions. You have the card of cool your emotions, probably because you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cups. Cups are emotions. They are your intuition. The emotions, however, can get a little overwhelming. They can. You're an earth sign. You can handle it. But it can get a little overwhelming. So you have 2 of Swords. 2 of Swords can be trying to make a decision and not knowing which way to go or what decision to make. When there's a blindfold on, especially in this reading, it's asking you to go to your inner self, your intuition. And you have the High Priestess here, which is the ultimate connection, the divine feminine within. That's ultimately the ultimate connection to the source of all. whether it is God, source, universe, divinity, whatever it is for you. You're being asked to go there, or you're turning into that space, and you're learning to trust that. It's not going to take long before you realize that maybe you've been out of balance. And balance needs to be restored. Balance, harmony, fairness for yourself. Maybe you have been not taking care of yourself, and that needs to become your priority. Really, stability. Stability, financial stability, emotional stability. The never-ending, like this cup runneth over, but it also refills itself back up. This never-ending cycle of love and intuition. Your intuition is so strong right now, Capricorn. And I say this all the time. My dad's mother, my paternal grandmother, Capricorn, January 1st was her birthday. The first day of the Gregorian calendar, New Year. She was a psychic. She was amazing. And my only regret is that I only got to be with her for 12 years of my life, and then she passed. There is a lot of intuition here. There's a lot of spiritual growth. And some of our Capricorn friends are becoming spiritual leaders and teachers. And goodness only knows this world needs it. Globally, not only in the U.S., but the U.S. could use a lesson, but globally. There needs to be an understanding of what connection to divine source is, and it's not necessarily from one source or one type of text. Our Capricorn friends are, maybe this is why you're being asked to change your approach and work smarter and not harder, because you're not meant to burn yourself out. You're meant to let yourself to be constantly replenished. King of Cups, right? Cool your emotions. You have this card of cool your emotions. Yeah, because you're rising. Your job is to rise above your emotions. Let them guide you, but not let them overwhelm you. You don't want to drown in your emotions. You want to let them guide you, because you have plans to go someplace new. You have plans to start a whole new chapter. And that chapter, again, Knight of Cups, we just had this with Virgo, is about following your heart. It's about following your intuition. It's about emotional and intuitive fulfillment. And in that, you become exactly who your soul signed you up to be in this lifetime. I just want to go back to, you have this card of clear your mind. The Two of Swords in this reading can be clearing your mind. And clearing your mind is getting rid of the exterior distractions and going within yourself. Capricorn, this is a big, powerful reading. I'm just going to pull a couple cards out of the other deck, the Light Seers deck, just to see what it has. Nothing needs to be clarified here. But let's just see what the Light Seers hold for our Capricorn friends, because cannot wait to see what happens with Capricorns this spring. And what growth and abundance and wow. And what leaders you're emerging to be. Eight of Swords, yeah, right? Seeing yourself in a whole new way. Seeing yourself free. And now, and I'll show you this card. In the traditional Rider-Waite, it's a woman standing there. She's all bound. She's blindfolded. There's a wall of swords behind her. And that could represent not seeing a clear path forward or self-imposed restrictions. But in this deck, okay, this is it. Okay, nothing else to come out. On the root of this deck, Four of Pentacles, yeah. Getting really grounded and stable for this growth. In this deck, this is her inner self. But she recognizes this is her outer self. She's not allowing herself to become a prisoner to her thoughts, but she's allowing her that to reflect. Like, you can choose this or you can choose that. Seven of Cups, more cups. You don't have the Seven of Cups here. You have the King, the Ace, the 10, the 9. Moving forward with your dreams. Sorry. Pop up on my screen. Moving forward with your dreams. Making sure you ground yourself, right? Clear your mind. Get really grounded, Capricorn. Because there's a big shift coming for you. Let's pull your last card, Capricorn. Oh, I get all these pop-ups on my computer wants to restart and wants to download updates. Not right now. Not right now. So Capricorn, let's pull your last card. This is a powerful reading, Capricorn. I love this for you. So let's see where this is taking you. And who is guiding you? What energy is guiding you? There's too many cards. White. Oh, you have two cards here. White Eagle, Ancestor Spirit. I just talked about my grandmother, right? Connect with your lineage. A family wound or pattern can be healed now. And that could be reflected here, reflecting on the old wounds from the ancestry, not letting them get in the way and choosing your own freedom. And you have Joan of Arc, voice of truth. Stand strong. Focus on your purpose. Release the fear of persecution and speak your truth. Holy cow. Two powerful leaders here, but you are a powerful sign, Capricorn. You are the royalty of the zodiac. I say this all the time. You are the ultimate leader in the zodiac. Other signs will probably negate that, but doesn't make it any less true. Capricorn, that is your reading for spring. So thank you so much, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn, for being here today. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. And until next time, enjoy your spring, everyone. I send you light. I send you love.